Hello everybody, this is Val with This Is How You Do It. Well, I was asked the question, am I a supermom? Well, I don't really know now. I probably was at one time, but now we'll just have to see what the questions have to ask. And I have a little tablet here and it has the questions. So it asks, how old are my children? Well, I was a little off on one of the birthdays yesterday. Well, my two oldest, which is Tonya and Alex, they are 34. And then I have a middle child, which is Valdez, and he is 32. Now Vincent has had a birthday. Vincent is 26. So those are the ages of my children, and I do have 4. And then the next question is, do you feel like you have it all together every day? Cleaning, laundry, and beauty. Well, yes. I was a stay-at-home mom, so it made things easier because when my children were young, I purposely stayed at home and I worked in the house. Time I got them off to school, took them to. I stood outside at the school bus because the bus stopped in front of the house. But before they were even in school, I will I got the phonics game and taught them phonics and taught them how to read and say their ABCs before they even got in school. And so I was there when the bus picked them up, and I was there when they dropped them off. I didn't have babysitters. I took them everywhere that we went. And before it's the cooking and the cleaning and the beauty, I always kept myself together. And for as the washing is concerned, I would wash their clothes and hang them up in their closets, lay them out for school. And the cleaning, I would clean every day, because if you clean every day, there's really not much you have to do. I would start breakfast. Well, they've already ate breakfast, so right after breakfast, I would wash dishes and put dinner on. So dinner's cooking while I'm vacuuming, cleaning the bathrooms, mopping the floors, things like that. And it's not hard work because it's already clean, and all it's doing is like a wipe over. And then while the machine is running, of the clothes from the previous day or two or whatever, that's not a real full load because you're right on top of it. And then by 12 o'clock, I'm sitting down watching TV, you know. And the dinner's cooking on a slow cook, so I'm watching and I'm not burning it, so it's seasoned to perfection. That was then. I don't have as much to do it now because it's just me and Willie. And sometimes we have leftovers because I'm used to cooking for a big family, so we eat off of leftovers for quite a bit. I have to learn how to cook for 2. Okay, and then the next question is, what do you make? When do you make time for your showers, day or night? Well, I like to do it in the mornings, because when you get up in the morning and you get fresh and you start your day off feeling good. You start your day off feeling beautiful. You start your day off with a new attitude, because if you do it the night before, I mean, you feel good, you sleep good, and all of that good stuff. But then you wake up rushing, putting your clothes on and doing this and doing that. There's a rush thing about it. But when you take your time, okay, you can get the kids out. Okay, y'all get up. Time to go to school, put your clothes on, and get them out the house. But then there is that time where you can take your bath. That's if you're a stay-at-home mom. And take that time for yourself and pamper yourself, and there's no one there to disturb you. But if the kids were at home, well, if you had a job, still, when I was working, I still did that early morning shower before I went to work. I got to work early and took some time to myself, at least 30 minutes early, so I can sit outside, talk to some friends or whatever. I call them friends, but they're really just acquaintances or associates at work. And I think that was one of the questions also. Um, do you wear makeup every day? Yes. I wear makeup every day because I feel when I wear makeup that I feel beautiful. I feel naked without it. And also, I like to look good for myself, but then we can't get so relaxed with our man that we don't fix ourselves up. And then he go out into this big world and see all these beautiful people. Then he come home to somebody that's tore up from the floor up and in a nasty house, and then sometimes he just regret to come home. There's not one time that I felt that Willie regretted coming home. He actually says to his friends, they say, man, you go right home after work. You must be henpecked or something. He said, no, man, I enjoy going home. Ain't nothing out in the streets for me. I'm rushing to get home when I get off work. I can time him by the clock. When he pull up at the mailbox, it's a little after 5. He get off at 4:30. I can actually time him. And if he's not home at a certain time, I'm worried. I'm not concerned. I'm not being nosy where you at or whatever. But he'll let me know if he's going to stop at the store because he's like clockwork. And so that's that. Okay, and then it says, do you style your hair every day or do you wear a ponytail? You know, just throw yourself together. I style my hair. And it's like this. Whatever you have, you make the best of it. If you just have a little bit of something and you put a fall on the back and you comb your hair into it, or you wear a wig or whatever, to me, that's styling your hair. If you have a sew-in or you do your hair and it's styled for the week, that's styling your hair. And you make it, whatever it is, as believable as possible, as natural as possible, as feminine as possible. Yes, I believe in styling my hair every day. You get up in the morning, do your hair, do your makeup. That's what I do about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Do my hair, do my makeup, already clean, smelling good. And no matter what happens throughout the day, Willie can come home at 12 o'clock for lunch. They'll look like this. Or he can come home and say, we were invited over here. All I have to do is get in the car and go. I don't have to say, wait, let me get myself together. Let me get myself ready. Let me put on some clothes. Let me throw on some makeup. Okay, now, then there's, when do you have time to do your hair and makeup? And, or it's when your kids are awake or asleep. When I took care of myself, the kids were normally still asleep. So even sometimes Willie's still asleep. I get up because I am the force in the house. And you say, Val, you're the force in the house, in the man, the king of his castle? Of course he is. But the queen, that's another story. The queen turns the head because she's the neck, whichever way she will. So the queen gets up, survey her territory, get herself together, and as queen, the subjects never see her flaws. The children are raised to think, Mommy always looked good. Mama always kept herself together. My children know my signature lipstick and my signature fragrance. I wear other lipsticks, but my children know I love red lipstick. That's my signature lipstick. My signature fragrance. I wear it around my kids, and I wear it around Willie all the time. It's Eternity. I have other fragrances. But when they smell Eternity, the first person that's going to come to their mind is me. See, I control my atmosphere, my loved ones. I control their senses. I control their spirit, their kindness, their joys, their disappointments. I control those things. And you don't let the children know when you're struggling. They can always say, we had a happy childhood, we didn't struggle. They didn't know what was going on. So children don't know the worries of the parents. And that men don't know that, hey, he might not be making enough this month. So mama, she stretch everything. She know how to buy in bulk. She know how to make clothes look like they've just came from the cleaners. And they come in the house smelling good, food is cooked. Boom, by magic. No. Okay, next question. Okay. Do you work out? And when do you do it? Valerie used to work out daily. You said, Val, you used to work out daily? Of course. When Vincent was small, after I would get all of this stuff done I told you about, I would take him with me to the gym. And they had a daycare in the gym. And I would work out for about 2 hours. And then I would tell Vincent, I say, if you be good and behave yourself, I would take you swimming. And the gym had a pool. And I would swim for an hour. And I taught Vincent how to swim in the pool, because I would let him around and lay him on his back. First I would swim myself, and then I would let him get in, because I did the cardio thing, or whatever you do when you're swimming, you're making yourself healthy. And I would go get him, and then I would play with him in the pool and let him taught him how to swim. But I would do that walking on the treadmill that morning, and that evening after 5 I would go for a walk for about, I don't know how many times, 4 or 5 times around Trenton. It's a college, so I don't know how many miles that was. But I did it with my children, or when they were at school, because I was a stay-at-home mom, and I stayed at home until Vincent got old enough to go to school. I stayed at home all the time. So Tonya's doing school. All the when Valdez was doing school. I think I started working when Valdez was in the 12th grade. Life brings about a change. You know, I always thought about educating myself. So the education thing, that's another story. Okay. The question was that did I clean every day? Yes, I clean every day. Wipe down counters, things like that. So I answered that one already, because just in general conversation with y'all, I'm answering the questions already. And it says, do I get overwhelmed with all the responsibilities as of being a mom? No. No. I love them. So the taking care of them, the doing for them, the going to the school activities, that was a joy for me. Of course, sometimes I didn't have all the stuff they needed for school, like the paper and pencil and the clothes, the new Nikes, which they never got. They never got name brand shoes growing up. But I did what I could, you know. I did at thrift stores and all of those good things, and the Payless shoes. But being overwhelmed by the responsibility of them, no. As adults, I do worry more, because I know the Bible tells me you bring up a child the way they should go, and when they're older, they will not depart from it. Okay, now I've had those. I raised my kids, and they strayed, But you know what? They came back to their teaching. Not necessarily to me, but to their teaching. So you do the best you can. You raise them the best you can. And that's all you can do. They grown now. They on their own. And now that my daughter is 34 years old, and she had her first child at 32, she see how well Mama did. How Mama kept it together. And I was 18. I had my last child probably at 26. And she was 32 when she had her first one. Mama made it look easy. And I told her, if you're struggling at 32, I made some mistakes. She was my first. I made some mistakes. I got better with the second one. I even got better with the third. But you know what? Like they say, never let them see you sweat. The only thing I ever wanted to be in life was a wife and a mother. I know we have all these lofty goals, all these things that people, society say that we should be. As a child, the only thing I wanted to be was a wife and a mother. And I have fulfilled my dreams and my goals. I raised them to be good people. I love them dearly. And they love me. They come home, they call me. Tonya calls me so many times in one day. When the phone rings, you know it's her. I'm proud to be a mom. And am I a super mom? Yes. I whip out my superpowers. And you don't let everybody know about your superpowers. But I'm teaching Tonya to use her superpowers. And now, guess what? I'm going to be a super grandmom. Tonya and Vincent and Valdez and Alex, they are going to have the everyday worries. And I'm just going to love them, spoil them, hug them, take them shopping, kiss them, see them in the summertime, because all of them live out of town. And then they pick them up and take them home. And I won't see them until Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, or the summer. This is Val with This Is How You Do It. She's a super grandma.